All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Ramon Preston Show. I am your host, Ramon Preston, and guess what? Today, we're going to be talking about the three factors for small business success. The three factors for small business success. So again, I want to welcome you to today's show, and please do me a few favors. I'm asking for a few favors already. Number one, I want you to hit the like button, hit the share button if you're watching on any platform that gives you that capability. If you're listening to us from any audio platform, be sure to follow us, to subscribe, and to leave us comments to let us know how the show is impacting your personal, your professional, and even your financial life. Also, I want you to keep in mind, if at any point during the course of the show you have any questions, there are things that you would like to have more information on, feel free to email us at info@ramonpreston.com. That's info@ramonpreston.com. And you can also reach out to us through our website. That's ramonpreston.com. And of course, you can call us at any time. You can text or even call the number 678-922-1963. That's 678-922-1963. So again, welcome to the Ramon Preston Show. I am your host, Ramon Preston, and today I want to talk to you about the three factors for small business success. The three factors for small business success. So whether you are a small business owner or not, maybe you're anticipating to become a small business owner, I want to talk to you about the three factors for your success as a small business owner. Now, why am I specifically using the term small business? There's a reason behind that, because you might not know this, and I want to give you some statistics so that you can wrap your mind around the reality of where we are. You might not know this, but in the United States of America alone, there are at least 31 million registered small businesses in the U.S. alone, okay? Just in the United States of America alone, there are at least 31 million registered businesses. Now, why am I saying registered businesses? Well, of course, there may be some businesses that are not registered. They might not have an EIN. They might not have their paperwork with the Secretary of State. They under the table. They just winging it, doing their thing. But as far as registered businesses in the United States of America, there are at least 31 million registered small businesses in the United States of America. Well, actually, they're not necessarily small businesses. There are a few of these businesses that are not necessarily small. So I want to make that correction just to say there are 31 million registered businesses in the United States of America alone. Now, I really want you to wrap your mind around the numbers and the math, because this is going to help you understand why these three factors for small business success are very, very critical. Okay, so the first statistic is there are at least 31 million registered businesses. You could pretty much say small businesses in the United States of America. Now, here's where it gets juicy, because 80% of these 31 million businesses, which is roughly 25 million. This is like a startling statistic, okay? 80% of these businesses, which is roughly 25 million, have no employees. You might have not even known that. So out of the 31 million businesses that are registered in the United States of America alone, 80% of these businesses, or 25 million of these businesses, have no employees, okay? 60% of these 31 million, 60% of these 31 million, which is roughly 19 million, they make no money. This is a powerful, I know it sounds like it's very disappointing to hear these statistics, but it's actually a powerful mathematical calculation to help you understand why the factors that I'm going to be sharing with you in just a few moments are so important. So let's go through these numbers again. 31 million businesses in the United States of America are registered. Okay, so we know we have documented proof that there are at least 31 million businesses in the United States of America. Okay, the second statistic that I gave you is that out of these 31 million, 80%, which is roughly 25 million of the 31 million businesses, they have no employees. So that means 8 out of 10 businesses in the United States of America today, they do not have any employees, and they basically run their businesses by themselves. So the CEO, the founder, the self-employee, the independent contractor, the freelancer, whoever the person is that starts a business, they're pretty much running their business all by themselves. Now, of course, they may have certain vendors that they work with, contractors that they work with. They may 1099 some people from time to time. They may have 1 or 2 virtual companies that assist them with certain tasks. But for the most part, 25 million out of 31 million businesses that are registered in the United States of America, which is roughly 80%, 8 out of 10 of these businesses, they have no employees, okay? 60%, which is roughly 19 million of the 31 million businesses, make no money. So 6 out of 10 businesses in the United States of America, they don't even make any money. Those numbers are startling. So I want you to think about that. So if you are a business owner, whether you have employees or not, I want you to understand that, number one, you are a part of the 31 million registered businesses. If you got your EIN number, if you have your articles of organization or corporation, you have your paperwork filed with the Secretary of State, you got a bank account, you got your corporation kit, and you got a debit card or maybe a credit card, and you out there pushing products and services, you make up 31 million businesses in the United States of America. But here's where you have to start understanding what I'm about to share with you with regard to these factors, because 8 out of 10 of these businesses that you are a part of have no employees. So if you are a business owner in the United States of America and you make up 31 million of these businesses and you have no employees, you are in this 80 percentile category. You are a part of the 25 million that have no employees. This is very, very important to these factors that I'm going to be sharing with you, so you can understand not only how these factors work in your business, but why you have to implement them and execute them, and to some extent really speed up the scaling process to get out of these certain percentiles. Okay, 6 out of 10 of the 31 million businesses, they make no money. And one of the reasons why these 6 out of 10 businesses don't make any money is because they don't have any employees. So that's why I circle the 2 no's. So it's very important for you to understand those numbers. Okay, now let me give you a little more math about these businesses in the United States of America. The average one-person small business owner generates anywhere from $40,000 to $50,000 a year in gross revenue. Okay, so the average one-person business, which we know makes up about 60% of the businesses in the United States of America. The average small business owner, the average one-person small business owner makes about $40,000 to 50K a year, okay? And that's in gross revenue. This is per year in gross revenue, all right? So, can we do the math on that? If you are a business owner and you are a one-person business owner and you are the only one that's actually full-time in your business, you have no full-time employees, then statistically, you may be averaging somewhere between $40,000 to $50,000 a year in your gross revenue. So guess what? If you're not at least generating $40,000 to $50,000 a year in gross revenue, then statistically, you are already at risk of failing in your business, because the average one-person small business, which makes up 6 out of 10 businesses in the United States of America, the owners, who are the solopreneurs, who are the only full-time employees, they're only making 40 to 50K a year, and that's in gross revenue. That's not in net revenue. That's just in gross revenue. Now I want you to follow me on this, okay? So if you're taking notes, I want you to really get this math clear so that you can understand how you need to move and the things that you need to do in order to implement and execute these factors that I'm about to share with you. Okay, now, statistically, profit margins for the average business are around 10%. This is what profit margins are typically around for the average business, which means if the average business makes about 50K a year at a 10% margin, that means the net profits of that business may be $5,000. We're talking about after taxes, after insurance, after other payments, okay? So with profit margins averaging a high of around 10%, that will represent an average of a net profit of $4,000 to $5,000. So in this scenario, let's just say the average one person, one owner, business owner makes $50,000 a year, and the average net margins are 10%. Then that means the net profits will average around $5,000. Now again, if you're a business owner, all you need to do is just pull your calculator out and do the math. Because if you are a business owner making more than $50,000 a year, then that may mean, number one, you're not a part of the 6 out of 10 businesses that only make 40 to 50K. And number two, it may mean that you're not doing it alone, okay? And please, if you're watching this during the live and you're able to make comments, or if you're not able to make comments, maybe you can send us an email at info@ramonpreston.com. Please just let me know if you are a business owner, a small business owner, if you make up a certain percentage of the numbers that we showed you earlier, and let me know what category do you fall into, okay? Because if you're making more than $50,000 a year as a business owner, then it may very well mean statistically that you have more than yourself as employees in your business. This is very, very important. Like when I talk to a lot of business owners as potential clients in our consulting division, or even in our coaching division, or even if I'm just mentoring solopreneurs and entrepreneurs and people that want to get into business, I do my best to help them understand the mathematics behind business ownership. Because if you want to try to identify with where your problems are in your business, a lot of your problems are with you not understanding the math. So as I said, if you are a business owner and you are a one owner business owner, right? Well, that may very well mean if you are doing what average business owners that are doing it themselves do, you probably not grossing more than $50,000 a year. And again, I'm not talking about if you got a certain amount of money that's just coming through your account. We're talking about just pure revenue that you're generating. We're saying gross revenue, because if you are generating a certain dollar amount, statistically, the average margins for business are about 10%. That could be a high margin. So if the margins are 10%, that means whatever the dollar amount is that you're making per year in gross revenue, you can pretty much calculate that your net profits may be 10% of that. So at 50,000, your net profits may be 5,000. This is so important, and I really want you to get this. Now, one expert who has done a lot of studies and who really follows the statistics that groups like the Small Business Administration and other Gallup reports and polls that come up with this information and these numbers. One expert made a statement just recently, and here's what they said. Growing a small business to 6 figures or beyond requires a different entrepreneurial skill set than the startup skill set. And so what that person was explaining in this article that they wrote, they were explaining that you may be able to start a business, but in order to scale that business, it's going to require certain entrepreneurial skill sets, which means just because you know how to do what you do good. Let's say, for example, if you are a painter, right? That's something that you do. Let's say if you are a nail tech, or you're good at doing hair. Let's say that you're good at landscape. Let's say that you're good with design. Let's say you're good with apparel. Okay, well, you can start a business behind these skill sets, right? You can get your LLC. You could get your EIN. You could get your articles of organization. You could get your bank account. You could get your logo. You could get your domain. I want you to follow me on this. So you can get all these things that represent you starting a legitimate business. But based on statistics, based on surveys, based on numbers, based on real math that people continue to do each year when they look at the overall operations of registered businesses in the United States of America, we see factually that this alone, in other words, the skills that you have alone that will at least give you the capability of starting and registering a legitimate business, these skills alone are not suffice for you to succeed and scale to 6 figures and beyond. So with that information, with that data, with that knowledge, you're then able to understand that in order for me to not just start a business and register a business with the skill sets that I have that will make my business go, but I'm going to need more skill sets than that. There are certain entrepreneurial skill sets that I need to blanket these things with. So if you're a painter, if you're a nail tech, if you're an apparel person, if you're a landscaper, if you're a marketing person, if you're good with social media, if you're a speaker, a communicator, if you're a coach, if you're a trainer, if you're in fitness, if you're in healthcare, whatever the things are that you're skilled at or good at, that at least give you the ability, the capability of starting a legitimate business, it's going to take that and other entrepreneurial skill sets in order for you to succeed and at some point scale into 6 figures and beyond. All right. So I want you to really wrap your mind around what I'm saying, because a lot of entrepreneurs are stuck at what they're good at. And they think, well, if I just get better at painting, if I just get better at doing hair, if I just get better at designing, if I just find better vendors for my accessories and for my products and services, if I just get good at that, if I go back and get a better education and get more skilled at this thing, that my business is going to use to operate the service and the product, I can scale my business or I can succeed. That's not necessarily the truth, because the truth is, yes, I have to get better at the things that I'm doing to operate a business, but I also have to get better at my entrepreneurial skill sets to run businesses, because the success of my business is not just dependent upon my skill, my ability, that which I'm using to package a business around. But my success, my scalability into six figures and beyond is also going to be dependent upon me having other entrepreneurial skill sets beyond the startup of an operational business. I think that's clear enough. I don't think you should be confused about what I'm saying. If for some reason you are and you have questions, feel free to send the questions to info@ramonpreston.com. I always circle back around to answer those questions. And as I mentioned earlier, if you're watching us and listening to us on a platform that gives you the capability of putting something in the comments or responding to us during the time you're viewing or listening to the show, then feel free to drop that information in the comments, the questions, or maybe your takeaway or some perspective that you have, or maybe you just don't agree with what I'm saying and you want to respond to that and give your take, your opinion, your feedback. I'm always open and welcoming other people's perspectives. So we're talking about the 3 factors for small business success, all right? The 3 factors for small business success. So let me make sure that we do a quick recap on what I've covered up to this point. So we've established the statistical fact that there are at least 31 million registered small businesses or businesses in the United States of America, correct? There are 31 million. We've established that. We've also established the fact that 25 million of these businesses, which is about 80% of all businesses in the United States of America, have no employees. This is critical to your success, to your scalability. 60% of these businesses, which is about 19 million, make no profit. So 6 out of 10 businesses that exist in the United States of America today don't even make any money. As a matter of fact, most of those businesses lose money every year. And they're not losing money just because they want to increase their tax deductions or because they want to show a loss on paper. Most of these businesses are losing money because they're not generating enough revenue to justify being profitable, if that makes sense, okay? So now the average person that owns and operates a business by themselves generate maybe $40,000 to $50,000 a year in gross revenue. But because the average business margin is about 10%, that would mean that the average one person, one owner, one operator of a business with no full-time employees, they may be netting 10% or $4,000 to $5,000 if they're averaging $40,000 to $50,000 a year. And again, you could do the math, because if you're averaging more than $50,000 a year in your business in gross revenue, then most likely you're not a solopreneur. Most likely you have an assistant, you have a secretary, you have someone else as an independent contractor that's doing some type of work for you, that's leveraging you. But if you're not, then you're probably struggling somewhere around that $50,000 range. And if you're not as a solopreneur, then maybe there are certain things that you have that I'm going to be sharing with you as factors that have given you the capability of scaling your business. And again, to the point or the statement that I made, quoting an expert, growing a small business to 6 figures and beyond requires a different entrepreneurial skill set than the startup skill set. And so when we think about the startup skill set, okay, this is where our factors are going to come in at, because when we think about a startup skill set, what do we think? What do we think about? We're thinking about your talents that you're using to make money. We're thinking about your gifts. We're thinking about your abilities. We're thinking about your education. It may be your passions. And maybe it just be it's just things that you're doing just to do because it's a hobby. So that could be anything. It could be doing hair, it could be doing nails, it could be childcare, it could be landscape, it could be tree service, it could be selling apparel, it could be coaching, consulting, training, communication, teaching. It could be a lot of things. Mentoring people. It could be a lot of things. But what I want to explain to you is your startup skill set or skill sets may be enough for you to legitimize a registered business, meaning that most of the people who have the startup skill sets already in their life, they have the capability of starting their LLC, getting it registered, and at least getting it introduced to the market, okay? They can do that. They can get that done. The problem is, just with this alone, you don't have the capability of creating enough success that allows you to scale to 6 figures and beyond. Now, my question to you is, if you have started a business and you have packaged that business around certain talents, gifts, abilities, education, passions, and hobbies, and just things that you feel like you're good enough to introduce to the market after filing your paperwork and forming it and registering it and getting your bank account, if that's you, my question is what you're doing enough for you to have sustainable success? Are you struggling financially? Is your business still trying to figure out how to succeed? Are you sustainable in that success? Meaning that, okay, you could have made $5,000 here, but are you consistently making $5,000? Or if you had a big windfall or a big contract or a big opportunity over here, are you able to sustain that success over the course of long periods of time? If not, then you're really not succeeding in your business. And if you're not succeeding, most likely you're not scaling. And so if you have a business and you've started it with these skill sets and you have it at least legitimized, or maybe you don't have it legitimized, maybe you just started it by starting to sell products and services and make yourself available. But either way, whether you have your paperwork filed and registered correctly or not, are you successful? Are you able to scale? And have you been able to reach 6 figures and beyond? And maybe you have hit 6 figures, but now you want to figure out how do you take it to that next level. Well, that's where these 3 factors for small business success play a very, very important role, because it's going to require what experts call entrepreneurial skill sets. That's what it's going to require. It's going to require more than just startup skill sets, because the startup skill sets are what we have. So I'm good at doing this. I'm a little bit good at doing that. I could put those 2 things together that I'm a little bit good at, and I can create some product or service. I can take it to the market. I could start making some money. I can wrap a LLC around it and wrap a logo and do some marketing and try to get some sales and make some money. But am I able to sustain that success, or even create enough level of success that it can be scaled into 6 figures and beyond? Well, the factor of making that happen, or the factors for making that happen, are going to be central to my entrepreneurial skill sets. How good am I at the totality of business? Do I understand the infrastructures and the systems and processes and things that make my business what it needs to be to not only succeed and be sustainable in that success, but to scale so that I can experience freedom for my life. And so what are the three factors? Let me give you my three factors. Number one, the first factor is products and services. This is the first factor for small business success. So if you want to experience success in your small business, and you are one of the 31 million small businesses, or you want to be one of the 31 million small businesses in America, but you don't want to be statistically at the bottom of that category or of those categories, there are three factors for your small business success. The first factor is products and services. What do you mean by products and services? Well, what I mean is you've got to figure out, what are your products? What are your services? What are you actually selling? Now, some of these products and services can be tangible. Some of these can be intangible. They can be physical. They can be virtual or digital. And guess what? They can be all of the above. You can have tangible and intangible products. You can have physical and virtual or digital products. But whatever the products are that you intend to sell, you have to at least wrap your mind around what is the actual product. And this is very, very hard, especially for people who are in similar spaces like me. This is why I provide training to coaches, consultants, and trainers who are in the space that I'm in, because when you don't have a physical or a tangible product, it's very difficult for you to wrap your mind around, okay, well, if I'm a coach, if I'm a consultant, if I'm an educator and trainer, or if I just want to help people and serve people just with my intellect and with my being, with my personality, with my energy, with my motivation, how do I package that as a product? Well, there are certain strategic processes that you can go through, but you have to be willing to go through those processes so that you can go from just having an idea and really creating a product. So let me just give you a few examples of what I mean by going through that process. So if the first factor of small business success is products and services, how do I start the process of creating products and services? Well, one of the first things that you have to do is you've got to take a look at your ideas. Like, what ideas do you have? Because whatever your products are and your services are, or whatever they're going to be, they're probably going to stem from your ideas. Maybe there are certain concepts that you have in your mind about life, about relationships, about solutions, about services. Maybe there are certain concepts that you have. Well, guess what? Those certain concepts that you have, you're going to have to learn to convert those concepts into products and services. How can I take this idea? How can I take this concept? How can I take this thing that I see about life, about people, about solutions, about problems, about certain sectors, about certain markets, about certain communities, but how can I package that in the form of a product, in the form of a service that I can attach a price to? And when I attach a price to it, I can introduce it to the market and see if someone is willing to pay me for a product, for a service that I converted from an idea or a concept. So this is the first factor. Most entrepreneurs that I see in the market trying to make money, either they don't have products and services, or they haven't worked on those products and services enough for those products and services to be valuable for people to pay for. So now this could be your direct ideas that you convert into products and services, or it can be indirect. What do you mean indirect? Well, you can connect with someone who already has products and services. Like for me, I have physical products and services. I have digital products and services. I have a licensing division within my organization that gives people, entrepreneurs, small business owners, an opportunity to purchase a license for them to have authorization to use all of my physical, all of my digital products and services, and they can run those products and services through their businesses and monetize off of the products and services that we've already created, especially in the coaching, consulting, and educational training space. So my point is, if your ideas, your concepts cannot be converted into products and services, but there's a certain industry you're looking to be in, there's a certain market you believe that reflects who you are and what it is that you want to do, then maybe you need to connect with entrepreneurs and business owners who provide opportunities for you to provide products and services that are good enough and valuable enough for you to monetize and run through your own business. I mean, this happens every day. It happens through network marketing, multi-level marketing. It happens through affiliate marketing. It happens through programs like our program for licensing. It happens in different ways, but you have to figure that out, because one of the biggest factors of your success as a small business owner is your products and services. And guess what? Your products and services can actually be the best. But if your products and services are not complemented with other key factors, you're still not going to have success. You're still not going to be able to scale into six figures and beyond. So factor number one is products and services. Factor number two is sales and marketing. This is the second factor, which, by the way, if you have any questions on any of these factors that I'm sharing with you, products and services, maybe you're just having a hard time taking your ideas and converting them into products and services so you can introduce them to the market. We have a lot of training that we provide. We have a lot of coaching that we provide to walk you through that process and show you how to take your ideas, convert them into products and services, price them properly, and then introduce them to the market. Because again, the first factor of products and services needs to be complemented with the second factor of sales and marketing. So now if you follow along this process, here is how it should look. You have an idea. You utilize your entrepreneurial skill set of taking that idea and converting that idea or that concept into a product and service. That's the first part of the process. Can I take my idea and can I convert my idea to a product and a service? Once I convert it into a product or a service, I need to attach a price to it immediately. And once I attach a price to it, guess what I need to do? I need to make a sale. I need to make a sale. How am I going to make a sale? I'm going to make a sale because I'm going to market it. That means, I'm going to give you like real practical, mechanical strategies on what I mean by doing this. What I mean is you're going to create a landing page, and your landing page is going to be a one-page description of what your product or service is. Now that you've converted that idea or concept into a product and service, you're going to explain who you are, what your product and service is, what the benefits of your product and service is, what the price is, or the call to action on how people can get in contact with you. Or maybe it may just be a button or a link for them to purchase it on the spot, because your marketing should lead to a sale. So sales and marketing is the second factor of small business success. Okay, so why is it that out of 31 million businesses in America, 25 million of these businesses have no employees. 19 million of these businesses make no profit. Why is that? Why is that? Because they are not selling and marketing products and services. Period. Point blank. There's no other way around it. Now you can take another mindset and another practice and convince yourself into thinking that, okay, well, if I lower my expenses, if I go from having an office to doing business out of my garage, if I fire 3 people and just do it myself, if I blah, 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 you cannot shrink your way to success. Okay? You have to scale your way to success. And shrinking your way to success will prove to be fatal for your business, which is why 9 out of 10 businesses fail within the first 1 to 3 years. And so that means 9 out of 10 businesses fail within the first 1 to 3 years, right? 9 out of 10 of the businesses that make it 1 to 3 years, they fail within the first 3 to 5 years. So we're talking about most businesses within a 5-year window fail. So every 5 years, if you did a statistical survey on how many businesses existed, you may see that the numbers are remotely close. So let's say if there are 31 million businesses that exist today, 5 years from now, there may very well be 31, maybe 35, somewhere close to the same businesses. Okay, well, if 9 out of 10 businesses fail within that 5 years, how are we still at 31 million? Because just as many businesses fail, there are that many more businesses that start. So for every business that fails, there's another business that starts. It's just a repeatable, replicable cycle because people don't understand the most important factors to those businesses moving out of the statistical failure categories and moving into the success categories. So what does that mean? I need products and services. And if I, as an entrepreneur, don't have them because my ideas and concepts have not developed products and services that are valuable enough to get me money coming in, to generate revenue, I have to connect with people or with companies that have products and services that I can either sell through their company or sell through my company, or maybe both. That just depends on the relationship that I have. But once I have a product and a service at my disposal, the next thing I need to do, and this is before you get into all the other things, because let me show you what happens to a lot of entrepreneurs. Let me show you what happens to a lot of entrepreneurs. Here's what happens to a lot of entrepreneurs. A lot of entrepreneurs, I'm gonna use my red marker for this one. Here's what happens to a lot of entrepreneurs. A lot of entrepreneurs, they start a business. Okay? This is what they do. They start a business. And once they start a business, instead of them focusing on the factors of success, meaning that they take their ideas, this is how it should look. Instead of them focusing on ideas, I keep misspelling the word idea. You could tell my mind is racing, right? So instead of the entrepreneur going from idea to product to market, what do you think most entrepreneurs do? They start their business. Oh, I got to get my LLC. All right, you got your LLC. Oh, I got to get my domain. Oh, I got to find an office. Oh, also, I have to, I got to get my letterheads. Also, I'm ordering some business cards. Also, I got to get the designer to tell me when they're going to finish my flyer. Oh, I forgot. I got to get an email address. Oh, also, what I think I need to do is get me some shirts to match my logo. So I got to get a logo. And I got to get the right color of my logo. Also, I need a P.O. box address. What else do I need? I also need to find a virtual assistant to help me because I'm just too busy. I can't do everything. You see what I'm doing? So what happens is the average business owner who, by the way, is either failing within 5 years or they're still in existence, but they are making no profits and probably losing money. And they're just defending their failure by keeping their business open because they know they don't want to be embarrassed. But the average business owner, they start a business, and instead of them skipping all of this, none of this matters. None of this matters. None of this ain't making you no money right now. Instead of them skipping this and going to here, they stay stuck in this. And most of them never ever get to, I have an idea. I need to turn my idea into a product. I need to put a price to that product and I need to take it to the market. That's how it works. Those are the factors. So the factors are products, services, and then sales and marketing. That's what you should be doing. Now, if you are not converting your ideas into products and services, it's probably because you don't understand the process. So that means you have to develop what? Entrepreneurial skill sets. You have to learn, how do I take my ideas and convert them into products and services? How do I price my products and services correctly? And then how do I take them to the market and sell them? If you don't know how to sell and market, then that means you have to develop that entrepreneurial skill set, which, by the way, this month, January, on the 22nd, Saturday, from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., right here in Buckhead, we're going to have an in-person and a virtual live event that is going to be tailored to train you on the nuts and bolts of sales and marketing. So if you do not know how to sell and market your products, your services, yourself, and your business, I want you to join me on Saturday, January the 22nd from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Now, if you are a member of our coaching program, if you are a member of our Millionaire Mentorship program, we give you a free VIP pass to join us because that's a part of our training for you as a coaching client, as a mentoring member of our program. If you are not a member of our mentorship program or our coaching program client, all you have to do is go to RamonPreston.com/event. RamonPreston.com/event. You should see the link in any descriptions if you're watching on a platform that gives us the capability of putting that description in. If not, just visit RamonPreston.com/event. That's RamonPreston.com/event. And I want you to RSVP and register. The in-person RSVP, in person, for you to join me in person and be with me from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. It is only $59. And we're giving you access to other workshops that we have already hosted on holding companies, business systems, financial systems, tax strategies, QuickBooks integrations. That comes as a bonus, but just for access to this, along with those bonus workshops, we're giving it to you for $59 in person. If you cannot attend in person, you can attend virtually for only $29.99. Now, why am I allowing people access in person or virtually for $59 or $29? Because I really want to help you learn how to sell better, learn how to market better. Because if you got good products and services, in which a lot of people that I talk to who are moving in business, they have some amazing products and services, but they have not packaged them right, they have not priced them right, and even when they package and price them, they don't introduce them to the market. Okay, so the second factor is sales and marketing. Sales and marketing. That's the second factor for small business success. Sales and marketing. And last but not least, the third factor is people and processes. People and processes. That's the third factor for small business success. What do I mean by people and processes? Well, what I mean by people is you have to get in the mindset that statistically, in order for your business to grow, you have to continue to bring new people into your business. Now, of course, you have to do the math and calculations and count up the cost to make sure that when you're bringing new people in your business, you're not bankrupting yourself in your business so that within a 6-month window, you're firing everybody and laying them off because you didn't do the math. So of course your sales have to continue to go up, but that's a part of this third factor. You have to bring in new people. Now there are different types of people. You need people in terms of staff, but you also need people in terms of mentors. People like me, coaches, people who can help you build the entrepreneurial skill set so that you can build a successful, scalable business. It's just the way it is. Like there are a lot of things that I'm doing on 7, 8, 9-figure levels in my business right now, meaning that there are systems and processes and staffing and people that I'm pulling in and I'm integrating into my business, but I'm able to do it on a 7, 8, 9-figure level because I have mentors and coaches and I'm getting information that's teaching me the entrepreneurial skill sets to help me scale into those numbers. So you can't just go out there and say, oh, I'm gonna hire 3 people and we just gonna crush it this year. It doesn't mean you're gonna crush it, because what are they coming into? I always tell entrepreneurs that I coach and mentor that, listen, if you're bringing people in, whether they part-time, whether they full-time, whether they virtual staff members, whether they are 1099s, whoever they are and wherever they are, you cannot bring them into something that's not put together and organized correctly. It has to have order. It has to have organization. It has to have structure. The systems and the processes at least have to be understood enough for you to bring them in so that you can start working together as a team collectively to make that happen. So my staff, when we come together, we work on new systems, we work on new processes. We don't know everything. We figure things out while we go, but I, as the leader of my staff, know enough for them to be comfortable coming here and committing themselves to be a part of this without feeling as if the bottom is going to fall out in 3 months. So we better get out of here before we crash and burn, because he doesn't know where he's going. He doesn't know what he's doing. So they have enough confidence in me to know that, oh, okay, I can come in and be a part of this, even though we're building new systems and new processes and developing as we go and grow. We have enough. Well, how can I have that capability? Well, I have to have an entrepreneurial skill set. I have to know how to build infrastructure. I have to know how to build systems, build processes, integrate them into my business. So the third factor is people. You got to have people. If you're not growing in people, your business is not growing. Statistically, it just cannot grow. Excuse me. Even if you have a automated business, it's still requiring people to help manage and provide maintenance for that automated system. And then you need processes, meaning that, excuse me, meaning that you have to create the right systems for the staff. You have to have the right structure for the systems to sit in, but then your processes are going to be things that you're doing within these systems, within the infrastructure of your business, things that you're doing that you can document, things that you can duplicate. You hear me in here coughing? Thank you. That's a good personal assistant.
Yes.
I love you.
Bonus.
Appreciate you. You get a bonus for that one, huh? All right, I'll give you about $2. So these are processes that you're able to document. What do you mean processes that you can document? What I'm referring to is, okay, if there's a certain task that needs to be done in the business that you want to qualify and quantify, there's a certain task that you want to look at and see, okay, what is it going to take for this task to get done? Well, in order for you to qualify that and quantify that, of course, you got to have a business structure. But then that area that you're doing this task in needs to have a system connected to it. So if it's a sales task, I want somebody to make 50 calls. I want somebody to send out 50 emails. I want somebody to go knock on 50 doors. I want somebody to go do 25 sales presentations. All of those tasks need to be a part of a system that's a part of your business structure so that you can start documenting the details of that process. So once you document the details of that process and you identify with the KPIs, the key performance indicators, you're able to see, oh, we did these 10 things and it netted us $1,000. So at least I can document, oh, every 10 things like this we do, it can equate to $1,000. So if I get 10 people to do these 10 things and they do it the way we've documented it, right? We can duplicate it and now we can get $10,000. It doesn't always work that way, but at least you have something to work with. This is why the third factor of people and processes is so important. So with that being said, let me digress for just a moment and let me talk to those of you that are listening to me, you're watching me, and you know everything that I'm saying is accurate enough for you to put yourself in a position to make a better decision for your business, for your finances, which is going to be for your family and for your legacy. I want to introduce you to, and I want to at least extend an offer to you to consider becoming a part of our Millionaire Mentorship program, okay? We have a 1-year accelerated business coaching and consulting program. It is called our Millionaire Mentorship program. And so what we're doing in this Millionaire Mentorship program is we're literally mentoring you with the coaching and the consulting that you need in order to properly start or restart your businesses, your income streams, your wealth building dreams. We're mentoring you on how to structure and restructure those businesses or income streams and wealth building dreams. And we're also mentoring you on scaling them. That's what this Millionaire Mentorship program is all about. And so as a member who enrolls into our Millionaire Mentorship program, we're providing an initial one-on-one coaching and consulting session. Since it is an accelerated program, we're making sure that we set the trajectory for what you want to accomplish within that year, and we really get behind you and undergird you to push you as hard as we can so that you can accelerate to reaching those goals. And so during that initial one-on-one coaching and consulting session, we're going to identify with what you want to accomplish. We're going to qualify that and quantify that with real information, real numbers, so we can know what exactly we need to do. We're going to look at your structure of your business. We're going to look at your systems, your processes to see, do you have everything that is needed and necessary for you to actually accelerate to whatever that dollar amount that you want to get to. Once we do that, we're going to put together a game plan, something that we can track, something that we can hit milestones and look at to see that we are actually accomplishing what you intend to accomplish within this 1 year of being mentored by me and by my team. Once we put an action plan, an execution plan for that game plan in place, then we're going to give you access to our weekly coaching calls. We host them every Monday at 5 o'clock. We're going to give you 1 year access to our Millionaire Blueprint, which is our online business and financial wealth building system. It's an on-demand 24-hour a day, 7-day a week, 365 a year. You can access it from any device around the world, any place, on any device that has Wi-Fi capabilities. We're also giving you VIP passes to every one of our quarterly mastermind workshops. So we have one coming up on January the 22nd. You get a free VIP pass as a member of our Millionaire Mentorship program. Those are 4 quarterly mastermind workshops where we teach you and train you on the nuts and bolts of sales, marketing, financial systems, QuickBooks, creative tax strategies. We train you on business systems, starting and structuring holding companies. We train you on goal setting, scheduling, pricing your products, packaging your products, how to introduce them to the market, how to position yourself as a brand. We train you on all the nuts and bolts of those things that you need to actually succeed in your business. We also give you access to quarterly coaching check-ins if you are a platinum member, and we give you access to monthly coaching check-ins if you are a diamond member. So when you join our Millionaire Mentorship program, you can choose our gold membership, our platinum membership, or our diamond membership. And depending on which membership you choose, that will determine how many additional coaching check-ins that you're going to get. Because maybe you're an entrepreneur or an individual that you feel like, I need a check-in every month. Well, we're making that available for you. You can actually get a check-in every month. As a matter of fact, as a diamond member, you not only get an additional monthly check-in added to your membership, but we're also giving you exclusive access to our headquarter days. So we're literally hosting Millionaire Headquarter Days where we're bringing in mentees once a week. We open that up. It may not be every week for every diamond member because we are on a rotation. We're limited in how many people we can have come in every week, but every week we host them. So whatever the rotation is for you to join us in person, you're able to come in and literally spend the day with me and with my staff to see how we actually run a business that is going to definitely become a billion-dollar business. So we're already running a 7-figure business. We're moving to 10 figures. We want to go to 10 figures. That's where we want to go. But in order to get to 10, we got to go from 7 to 8. And in order to get to 10, we got to go from 8 to 9. In order to get to 10, we got to go from 9 to 10. But at least we have scaled enough to know that what we do on a day-to-day basis, it works, it is successful, it is scalable, it is documented, and is duplicatable, and we want you to have access to that information. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to text the word millionaire to 678-922-1963. If you would like to be one of the mentees of my personal Millionaire Mentorship program, where I am personally mentoring you to become a 6- and 7-figure earner, I want you to text the word millionaire to 404-678, I got so many numbers, 922-1963. I just told one of my team members last week, I got to get rid of some of these numbers I got in my head. I got like 344 numbers. I got a 678 number. I don't even know what number to use anymore. But here's the number that we're using today. You can text millionaire to 678-922-1963. I'm super excited about what God is going to do in your life this year, what He's already doing in your life, and what we can do collectively, when we come together to take our lives and our families and our finances and our businesses and ministries and organizations to the next level. So if you're interested in knowing more or finding out more, if you have questions about our Millionaire Mentorship Program, maybe you would like access just to our Millionaire Blueprint, okay? Even though our Millionaire Blueprint comes with our Millionaire Mentorship, maybe you would like to start in our Millionaire Blueprint, our online program, where we can give you access to that. You can still text the word millionaire to 678-922-1963, and we're going to reach back out to you once you text that number. And when we reach back out to you, we're going to just take a few minutes to walk you through an initial assessment over the phone. And one of the reasons why I like to explain that to you, because I want you to be prepared for us to ask you some questions, only because we want to make sure that we're connecting you to the right products, to the right programs that we have available. I don't want you to just purchase something and it really doesn't work for you. I want you to purchase something that you're comfortable with, but also that we know is going to work to get you to where you want to go. And a lot of times when people ask me, so what should I get? What is the difference between your Millionaire Blueprint, your online program, and your Millionaire Mentorship Program that includes your coaching and consulting? A lot of times it's really just about how fast you want to get to where you want to go. Because if you have access to an online training program and you're learning about starting and structuring holding companies, financial literacy, tax strategy, sales, marketing, you're learning about real estate investing and all these things that are central to your success, it's going to be based on your ability and your willingness to go on there as much as possible and learn the things that you're learning. It's education, it's training, it's virtual, it's digital. So you have to have that muscle to be a do-it-yourselfer, to be a self-starter. And so that's going to be determined by how much time you put in to learn. Well, when you are a part of a Millionaire Mentorship Program, you not only have the digital platform, but you also have me and my team, real people who are walking you through certain steps and through certain processes. So of course, it's going to speed your process up. It's going to accelerate your success, and it's going to give you the confidence and the ability to really get things done quicker and more accelerated, because you have real people who are actually conversing with you. But let's not undermine the significance of the online digital platform, because you still need to be trained. So when you join the Millionaire Mentorship Program, I'm still going to direct you to the platform. The only difference is there are going to be certain courses that I'm going to personally recommend you based on our assessment of you. So I want you to reach out to me. Text the word millionaire. You're only 10 days into the new year. So even if you haven't really been able to gain ground and get any momentum in your personal, your professional, your financial life, you're 10 days in. There are 360 something days in this year. So you can still crush it for the next 350 something odd days. But you got to be willing to put the investment of your money, your time, and your energy up. And then we're going to make sure you get the rest. We're going to make sure you get the best training, the best consulting, the best coaching, the best accountability, the best support. Our millionaire concierges that are here, that work with you, are the best in the world. We always get great reviews and feedback from our clients and people who are in our community. Even those who join our online programs, they always say, you have an amazing team. Your team always is so helpful, and that's what we do. We want to serve you, because serving you is going to help you be more successful, and in turn is going to help your family be more successful, your church, your community, the world. So it all reciprocates back to what we're doing. So I appreciate all of you. Thank you for joining the Ramon Preston Show today, and we will see you tomorrow, same place, same time, right here, 12 o'clock noon on Facebook.